Brexit snub threat as US official warned France could become security partner of choice. Brexit Britain risked being replaced by France as security partner of choice, former US Defense Secretary James Mattis once warned. Last month, Prime Minister Boris Johnson became the first leader outside North America to speak to the new US president. Mr. Johnson spoke to Joe Biden in a 35-minute phone call from his office at 10 Downing Street. The pair discussed a very wide range of subjects, sources said, describing the conversation as very warm, friendly and wide-ranging, with agreement on key issues. One source said Mr. Johnson welcomed the fantastic initial announcements from the Biden administration and moment of hope in a dark time. Sources in Berlin and Paris confirmed that neither German Chancellor Angela Merkel nor French President Emmanuel Macron had spoken with Mr. Biden at the time. The call to Mr. Johnson was seen as a major post-Brexit boost for Britain and a sign that US President wants to cement the special relationship. Many feared that Mr. Johnson faced a challenge in developing a relationship with Mr. Biden, as the US President previously referred to him as the physical and emotional clone of Trump and expressed his dislike for Brexit. In 2017, Mr. Mattis said Washington was concerned that UK's military power and diplomatic influence was at risk of erosion. He made the comments in a letter to his then British counterpart Gavin Williamson. In the two-page letter, Mr. Mattis said the credibility of the UK's armed forces had been crucial in securing its place on the world stage. But he added, "I am concerned that your ability to continue to provide this critical military foundation for diplomatic success is at risk of erosion, while together we face a world awash with change." Mr. Mattis said, "A global nation like the UK, with interests and commitments around the world, will require a level of defense spending beyond what we would expect from allies with only regional interests. Absent a vibrant military arm, world peace and stability would be at further risk." Highlighting French Emmanuel Macron's recent pledge to pump an extra £260 billion into defense by 2025, Mr. Mattis said, "As global actors, France and the US have concluded that now is the time to significantly increase our investment in defense. Other allies are following suit." He stressed that it was in the best interest of both our nations for the UK to remain the US partner of choice, but in that spirit, the UK will need to invest and maintain robust military capability. At the time, France was trying to replace Britain as the leading European power in NATO. Britain has held the position of Deputy Supreme Allied Commander, the number 2 military post in the alliance since 1951, but in 2017, the Royal United Services Institute, RUSI, was contemplating whether this would change after Brexit. The role is central to securing NATO manpower and equipment for certain EU missions organized under so-called Berlin Plus arrangements. RUSI Deputy Director General Prof. Malcolm Chalmers wrote in a briefing on the UK's post-Brexit foreign and security policy. There is already some discussion of the possibility that the assignment of the position might have to be transferred to a NATO member that is a member of the EU. Among the countries seeking to exploit the potential reshuffle was France, The Times reported, claiming Paris sent an unofficial delegation to Washington to convince US officials that French armed forces were better placed than their British counterparts to be America's special ally in Europe after Brexit. A source told the publication, "The French team were at pains to point out how useful the French military could be as an ally and their track record in getting things done in trouble spots where the US was not as strong as it wished to be. They also pointed out that, after Brexit, they would be the only EU country with this capability." Today News. Latest news. Please support our work.